What's up, everybody? I'm back after a long while here with videos. Gonna talk a little football today, mainly some NFL, uh, and I specifically wanted to hit on the Dallas Tony Romo trade speculation, Denver uh, Texans, that whole situation because it's like the hottest thing right now. But also because it's a little personal because I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan and I always loved Tony Romo. Never had any animosity toward him or anything like that, like some other fans have. And I want to see what's best for him happen. The interesting thing with this is no one, well, I don't have all the information and you'll never get it completely, dealing with the media and knowing who said what and when and what's actually true. You kind of have to sift through all of these details and see what you come up with. But one thing I have to lay out is if, if what was true like a week or two ago when news reports was saying out that Dallas was going to release Tony Romo on last Thursday. If that was true, if Dallas told Tony Romo that they were going to release him on Thursday and then follow that up with not releasing him like they didn't do on Thursday, that's just wrong. That's unethical because it's lying. I'm not an advocate for lying in any situation. I'm not a utilitarian thinker. I don't think you should lie to benefit yourself. I don't think you should lie to benefit the greater good or anything like that. You should always tell the truth. And if they lied to Tony Romo, because like this is if because we don't know if that's actually what was said, but that was what was being reported. That's just wrong, especially considering how much Tony Romo has given and dedicated to this team. Uh, the interesting thing is that in the earlier part of his career, Dallas still had like talented pieces here, like his first 3 seasons or so. They had guys like Julius Jones and Marion Barber and Terrell Owens. Then Miles Austin kind of came out of nowhere. DeMarcus Ware was on the defense. Anthony Spencer. Yeah, you had a few talented pieces who were albeit getting older and were aging a bit. So the team was starting to shift dramatically. Which you saw the decline in the team. But what you saw toward his prime years and like toward the middling section was that the quality of the team started to decrease, and he didn't have as much help. And he had to put on more and more of the team on his back. He had to do more and more improvisation. He got injured more, played through a ton of injuries, played through broken pinkies, took on the collarbone injuries, played through a punctured lung, played through those back injuries that he has acquired. And finally, when the team is being built up and established for him, he has to leave. Um, because they found the quarterback of the future. And, that's understandable. You don't want to pay your backup to be, you don't pay him $100 million to sit on the bench when you got a rookie quarterback who's, getting paid much less and who's your starter. So that makes sense why you would have to trade him or release him. But the way that it's being played out now, especially, like I said, if they said that they were going to release him, that's horrible because you don't do people like that. That's not acceptable. The interesting thing in all is that I love Tony's humility in the process. Just hasn't really said too much, hasn't gone to the media, hasn't really made a big fuss about it, but it's just kind of wait and see what happens. And honestly, I want to see Tony go to a good team and have a chance to just end his career on a good note. I would love for him to win the Super Bowl, even to the detriment of my Cowboys. It's kind of crazy because I've grown fond of Tony Romo over the years, and so that's really cool. Uh, Denver, I'm not so sure with the offensive line they have there. Last year wasn't great, based on what I saw at least. I mean, Trevor Siemian and what's it, Paxton Lynch, they had a little bit of success here and there, but the offensive line didn't seem that great. And the thing is, Tony has the ability to improvise and make plays. I'm not sure if you want to put your back at risk playing behind an offensive line that may or may not be ready to protect you. Now, Denver has added Ronald Leary, who played on the Cowboys, who's a good offensive lineman, to be in that guard position. So that could bolster the offensive line and might still need some more help. The thing is, they still do have weapons, though. They have Emmanuel Sanders, Marius Thomas, And C.J. Anderson at running back, so they have some weapons on the offense, and their defense, of course, should still be good, even though they lost to Marcus Ware. So that could put a little bit more pressure on Von Miller, which may decrease some of the success of their pass rush. Not necessarily, but possibly. And then their cornerbacks will feel pretty good with Aqib Talib and the other one, number 25, what's his name? Chris Harris. They're both good cornerbacks. So this team is built up to be successful and make a deep run at the Super Bowl again. The issue will be the offensive line, and of course the other big player is Houston, which I think I like that option better, man, because I think they give the better opportunity to look out for Tony's health at Houston, which is most important to me at this point. But they also still have weapons. They have DeAndre Hopkins. They have Will Fuller, who was a rookie last year, who can really flat out fly. Sometimes he has concentration drops, but he took the top off the defense, and DeAndre Hopkins made all the crazy catches with the great route running and over 100 receptions. And they have a plethora, I say a plethora of running backs that they can hand the ball off to and use ball control. And Tony Romo can make plays and open up more lanes for the running back. And the running backs in turn open up the play action pass, and Tony can be surgical like he's usually been over the past few years. And that offense has the potential to be deadly, which will go along with their defense, which basically carried them into the playoffs and gave Tom Brady and the New England Patriots a ton of trouble, even though their offense was struggling. And if you give Tony Romo that offense and that defense, they can make some noise and possibly get to the Super Bowl. I would love to see Tony in Houston. The crazy part about all this is just the business side of the NFL is getting in the way. Um, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys don't want to let Tony Romo go for nothing. They know how valuable he is, um, but they know teams are trying to use his injury history as leverage. They're trying to tell Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, we don't want to give you anything. We don't want to give you anything because of the possibility of the risk. But they know that Tony Romo could improve their team. They just have a little bit of leverage. And that leverage allows them to say, we don't want to give you anything for him. We just want to take him. Because you wouldn't want to take someone if they don't add value. They want him, they just don't want to give anything for him, which is understandable. If you can get something for free, you'll probably want to take it. If you want to get something good for free, you'll probably want to take it. You don't want to pay for something if you don't have to, and that's what the Houston Texans and Denver Broncos are having to do. Unfortunately, Dallas is saying, no, we want to get something for him. But like I said, this comes back to my initial point. If they told him that they were going to release him last Thursday and they didn't because they said, ooh, we can get something, that's just unethical. And I would really hate for my Cowboys to treat Tony Romo in that way. While at the same time, I do understand that I want my team to get better. And if Tony leaving can help us and it can help him, that would be great. But my first of all, my priority will be looking out for what's best for Tony because I want to see him succeed in the future as well. And that's just some of my initial thoughts as I've been thinking about it over the last few days about the Tony Romo situation. Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos, Houston Texans. Uh, what do you guys think should happen, or what do you personally believe you want to see happen with Tony Romo and just the whole situation in general? Thanks for paying attention. See you on the next video.